Cursor is one of the SQL Server objects. It means that it sits in under the Object Explorer, and it is used to process the rows one by one instead of processing all the rows at a time. Cursor is used to process the rows one by one instead of processing the rows all together at a time. Normally, SQL Server does or works in a set-based manner, means it tries to get all the rows at once. But Cursor provides processing the rows one by one. Okay, got it?
No, sir.
Yeah.
In case of big data set, that's one by one, that's make it slower.
Yeah, now I'll give an example. SQL Server generally process the data all together. It's like a set based. All together it will try to do generally. But Cursor process the rows one by row. How can you give you some examples so that we can understand? Okay. Before giving an example, because that will take time. Before giving that example, what I can say is while loop. You remember while loop?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So while loop, how does it will process?
It will work
While
until.
loop process rows one by one. You agree with that?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
While loop process the rows one by one. So first it will check for the condition. If based on the condition, it will process the next row. It will check another condition. Based on that, it will process another row. So basically, while loop process the rows one by one. Agree?
Yep.
Everyone agree, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Similarly, Cursor also process the rows one by row. Now you got it? How it is? Clear? How it process one by row? Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Basically, like how while loop process, Cursor also process the rows one by one. Okay. So what are the example? You have 1 lakh employees data. If you want to send emails to all the employees, but one employee at a time. You want to send emails to personalized emails. It's not general email, personalized emails to all the employees. Cursor help in iterating through each row individually. Okay. There are types of cursors called as static cursor, dynamic cursor, fast forward cursor, keyset cursor. I'll share the screen. Okay, let me complete explanation. So there are multiple types of cursors: static, dynamic, fast forward, and keyset. Static is kind of a snapshot of data. It's a static data. Dynamic, where the changes keep happening. Static is not dynamic. Static is how to say constant. Dynamic is keep changing. It reflects the changes in the table. Fast forward, it is only read only. It just reads the cursor. It is called as a read only cursor. Okay. Key set. There are key value pair fixes are there. I'll explain you. Okay. There is a cursor life cycle. Basically, syntax we call. Cursor life cycle is declare the cursor, like how we declare a variable, similarly declare a cursor. So once cursor is declared, we have to open the cursor, fetch the rows, close the cursor. So open the cursor, close the rows. Open the cursor, fetch the rows, close the cursor, and then deallocate the cursor. Why? Because cursor sits in the memory. So till the cursor is declared, if it is active, it will allocate some memory for it, and unnecessary that memory gets wasted. Okay, that's why we always deallocate the cursor. Deallocate means close, what to say, kill the cursor. Cursor is nothing but a temporary memory on database server, which stores results set temporarily. Cursor memory is allocated in TempDB database. So TempDB database is there. Here, cursor memory is allocated by this TempDB. Not only cursor, for table variables, for for variables, temporary tables, all that temporary TempDB database only gives the memory for that. Okay. Cursor allows us to process the result or data row by row. Just go through these points. Let me know any questions you have.
So that means cross data that's not stored on a main data set.
Come again? That means?
There's a cross-sort memory that's data comes from the cross-sort that's not stored on a main database.
No, that will not store down the main database. It will be. See, that is used to process the row. It's like a while loop only. Simple, try to understand. It's like a while loop. So it just process whatever you have kept in the while loop. If it is insert or if it is update or if it is select, it will be performing accordingly.
So what do you mean by result set temporarily?
That I think not stored on a data page.
I think sort of like inserted and deleted, updated temporarily.
Yeah.
Those are all magic tables. Inserted, deleted, or magic tables, which are part of triggers. That
Okay,
is
got it.
not part of cursor. Only that gets activated only in the trigger. Okay. See, basically those are activated in the back end whenever we do insert, update, or delete. But those are under trigger. We can read. We can access those inserted, updated magic tables. Okay. You get me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please go through these points once.
Got it, sir.
So to work with cursors, we have to follow the 5 steps. So 5 steps, one is declaring the cursor. So first we have to declare the cursor. That is step 1. Next, step 2, select the type of the cursor. Step 1 is this. So that is step 2. Step 2, open the cursor. Sorry. Declare the cursor, open the cursor. Then fetch the rows, whatever you want to do, fetch the rows from the cursor. Then close the cursor, deallocate the cursor. These are the 5 steps. I told you, right? Declare the cursor, open the cursor, do your logic, that is reading the data, and then close the cursor and then deallocate the cursor.
So can you scroll down?
Still, I'll explain all this.
Oh, okay.
Step 2 is open the cursor. Step 3 is fetch the rows. Step 4, close the cursor. Step 5, deallocate the cursor. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank
So
you,
we
sir.
have to learn, we have to understand each and every area in this. Okay.
So we execute those, I mean, one by one or at the same time?
Together. This is, see, cursor is a, see, under cursor, the 5 steps are there. So when
Okay,
we develop a cursor, these 5 steps are part of it.
I see. Some like variables. So when we have to execute them, then we execute all of them together.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So declaring a cursor. Declare cursor name. Sorry, declare cursor name, cursor. So you have to tell whether it is a local cursor or a global cursor. Just a moment. Okay. So declare cursor name, cursor. We are giving it's a local cursor or a global cursor. Local cursor, global cursor. What does it mean? So local cursor is available only inside the current batch or like in a stored procedure. Let's say stored procedure, if you are declaring a cursor, you can make it as a local cursor. If you are declaring a cursor within a trigger, that can be a local cursor. We have to define whether it is a local or global. So generally local cursors are used in stored procedures or kind of a one script. Okay. Coming to global cursor, this is available for entire connection. So let's say if you create a stored procedure, now this is a stored procedure. Okay. So this is stored procedure under this connection. This is a connection under this is a one program. Like this, you can have one more stored procedure. Correct?
So we're seeing your MS Word.
You are
Yeah.
able to see.
Yes.
So if you are able to, this is one stored procedure. This is one stored procedure under this connection. If you are creating a cursor, you call this as local cursor. It means that this works only within this stored procedure. The scope of this cursor is only here. The scope, the life is only under this procedure. You can create another cursor under this procedure. The scope again for this cursor is under this procedure. If I create a cursor here, this is a global cursor. Why? Because this is the scope is under this connection, not under the procedure. Under the procedure, it is under the connection. Got it? What is global? What is local? Yes,
Yes,
no?
sir.
I got local, but could you repeat global once again?
Global means and it's not under a procedure. It is for a complete connection. That particular connection, whichever is open.
So how do we use it?
I told right, it's like a script.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Even uh, uh, basically it is going to be like a script. Okay. You can even create the cursors at your SQL server level. You see here my screen. Okay. So cursors, if you are defining, it can be like a script only. Okay. Got it? That if it is a global cursor, I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Does the global cursor work for other connections as well, or just
No,
for
good
this
question.
connection?
Can we access the global cursor from other connection? Answer is no.
Okay,
Within the same connection, global
yes.
cursors are working. If the connection is closed by mistake, then your cursor is gone. Or if you are deallocating and closing the cursor manually, that's also fine.
Okay,
Okay. It is not across connections, not across users. It is only for one connection.
I see. Okay.
Okay. Fine.
Got it.
But when you say global, just with the same context, right? So now you have two stop processes, USP test and then USP test one, and then we have a global cursor down there. But that global cursor can be accessed by those two stop procedure, right?
We can create a global cursor within a stored procedure also. Okay. So generally we don't create.
I mean,
Generally,
that's called a local cursor.
ah, see, in a stored procedure, we create a local cursor. Okay. Even
Yeah.
we can create a global cursor also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We can create a global cursor also within a stored procedure. Okay. It means when you are accessing the stored procedure, you are creating the cursor and that cursor is being accessible outside the stored procedure also in that particular connection,
Okay.
provided the cursor is not closed. You have to close the cursor. Got it? Got it?
So what you are
The
saying is,
cursor is
okay, when
declared.
we, uh
Sorry, let me complete. Okay, we'll definitely will answer your questions. Cursor is declared as a global within the stored procedure. So memory is allocated. When you are executing the stored procedure, it is declaring a cursor. It is opening the cursor and it is fetching the data. On top of it, if you want to fetch the data out of the stored procedure, you can write the script to fetch the data. And then explicitly, you have to close the cursor. You have to deallocate the cursor. If not, there are chances here get performance issues or sometimes server issues. Server may get down due to the temporary
Okay.
memory is being allocated. If you create a local cursor, the scope will end within the stored procedure. If you create a global cursor, the scope will be there till you manually deallocate the cursor. Or if the session is closed, that is fine.
Okay.
If you create a global cursor within a stored procedure, it is generally not suggested, not encouraged to use this. Why? Because
Mm,
if you create a global cursor within a stored procedure, it is hard to manage it. Hard to manage whether we don't know, right? Whether the cursor is open, still we don't know. We have to again every time see the code to know the status of the cursor. Okay, that is one
mhm.
problem. Explicitly we have to manage. Second problem is memory is allocated. So memory is allocated and memory stays allocated and memory gets occupied. And this may create some difficulties in maintaining the sessions, I mean connections, maintain issues in the performance, difficulties in debugging, all those things. What is preferred best practice? We always use a local cursor. Okay, but the
Okay.
question might be, interview question might be, can a global cursor, can we create a global cursor or can we declare a global cursor? Or I can say the other way. Can we declare cursor as a global within a stored procedure? And can it be accessed outside the stored procedure? Answer is absolutely yes. But you should add problems also. Yes, we can create a or we can declare a cursor as global within a stored procedure. And we can use the cursor out of the stored procedure also, provided we have to explicitly close the cursor, deallocate the cursor. If we miss it, there are chances of temporary memory issues because temporary memory is allocated. There could be chances of memory issues. hard to manage it, and difficulties in debugging. Okay. And suggestion is not to go with this way. Okay. Because the cursor is alive after procedure is completed. Fine. Can we access the local cursor outside the stored procedure? Answer is no. These are the possible questions you get. You get more questions, but high level questions. Shall we move on? You are clear on this?
Yeah.
Accessibility of cursor, types of cursor. I mean, a local cursor, global cursor. Okay. Yes, tell me. You're saying something?
But that's we have to use global cursor or not? Just for
Not
the use the
suggested.
local cursor.
Not suggested.
Yeah.
Not suggested. Local cursor is suggested.
Okay, sir.
And when we declare the cursor, do we need to explicitly mention local or global every time?
Every time. Yes. We have to
Oh,
mention every time.
that's mandatory.
Yes. Declare the cursor. You declare whether it is a local or global. Okay.
Okay.
And navigation type. Scroll, fast forward. There are two navigation types. Scroll, fast forward. Scroll means you can scroll backward as well as forward. Just a moment. Just a moment. Someone came. Just a moment. Okay, I'm sorry. So we are discussing about navigation type. So we have two types of navigations. One is scroll and one is fast forward, right? Forward only. Navigation type. One is scroll and forward only. So forward only means it can only read the data. Okay. Whereas scroll can scroll forward as well as backward. Okay. That will help to write the data. Example, I'll give examples. I mean, not read and write. Cursor. Forward only cursor can only move forward direction. The cursor can only move forward direction. Okay. And cannot go backward. That is the meaning. Whereas scroll cursor can read backward as well as forward.
Or your screen is paused.
Sorry, I was telling forward only cursor will go only forward direction. It can read the data only in the forward. Like while loop, how it will do? It will read the data in forward direction. It cannot come backward. You agree with that? Everyone? Hello?
Yeah.
Able to hear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Got
sir.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
forward cursor can read the data only in forward direction. It cannot read the data in the backward direction. What are the possible operations for this? What are the possible operations for this forward cursor? There are few possible operations. Those are fetch next, fetch prior, fetch first, fetch last, fetch absolute. Okay, got it? If you see what are supported, these are the possible operations generally. What are supported for forward only? It will support fetch next, that's all. It will not support all this. Forward only supports only fetch next operation. What is this? Fetch next operation. Okay, I will select this. Forward only navigation type supports only fetch next operation. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Any questions till now?
No, sir.
No.
So forward only supports only fetch next. These are all operations are not supported. Okay. Whereas scroll type supports fetch next, fetch prior, fetch first, fetch last, fetch absolute, fetch relative also. There is one more option. There is one
For
more
the
operation.
all for the scroll, there's all fish next, there's all yes, and for the forward only not no. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, these are all the operations. These are all the
Yeah,
operations.
that in school
Scroll
there's all
supports.
operation are yes, yeah.
Yeah, correct. Supports all the operations. It means that if you are using scroll cursor navigation type, okay, we can fetch the next value, we can fetch the prior value, we can fetch the first value, we can fetch the last value, we can fetch the absolute value, we can fetch the relative value also. These are all the operations scroll supports. Because it can scroll front as well as back. Can scroll the data forward, backward. It will allow the movement of data forward direction, backward direction, jump to the first value, jump to the last value, or jump to the specific value. Specific value is nothing but relative value. Okay? Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
So you got the difference between first forward only and scroll operation? Are you clear? No? Yes.
Clear, sir.
Yeah, it's clear. Yeah.
So now, what is the difference? We got it. But now we should see the difference with respect to the performance. Which is better in performance? Because cursor itself, first thing, when we say cursor, it itself a problem on the performance. Okay. Cursor itself problem on the performance. Then how the performance is going to be? Performance is faster
Forward only, I think. Forward only
in
navigation
forward
faster.
only. Why?
Yeah.
Because it don't look back, only one direction. It is faster in reading the data if it is forward only. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll say like this. Performance is faster, less memory usage, and very commonly used. Okay. These are the advantages of forward only. So, advantages of scroll. Disadvantages of forward only. What are the disadvantages? No backward direction. No reading of data in backward direction.
We have to, why we need to read backward direction?
In case if you want to read, see, every time you will not do only one way, right?
Yeah.
If you want, see, let's say you are in a forward only, suddenly you want to jump to the first value. If condition meets, if any condition meets, you want to start the reading the data from first value again. So don't know how requirements come, right? Okay. No random access of data. Example, if you want to jump to first or last. Okay. These are the disadvantages. Advantage of scroll. What are the advantages?
It's
Reading of
reading is
data.
faster, yeah.
No faster. Reading of data forward as well as backward directions. Next is random access. Agree? Now, disadvantages of scroll. What are the disadvantages of scroll? Slower in fetching data. It means that performance is low. Okay. More memory usage. Yeah. So these are the advantages and disadvantages. Go through this. Tomorrow we'll see other types of cursors. Okay. I mean, under cursor, what are the types? Fine.
Yeah,
Are
sure.
you ready for today?
Yep.